just you won't find it better than this. Just let go if you leave. Just let me know so it won't look down. You move on.
Hey, hey guys, Keyshawn Chia here. This is another new alternate universe what if, and I made like two already new alternate universe what if, and you should check them out. They're right now, I believe, uploading, or if you already saw them. One is what if Deku was suicidal, and the other one is what if Naruto was family with the Seven Swordsmen. This is going to be the third one, and this is going to be a new one, and this is going to be, this is going to be two new what ifs. The new one is going to be what if Deku was the reincarnation of Dracula, or reincarnation of Dracula. That's going to be that. But this one I want to make first. This is what if Naruto was the reincarnation of the one, the only, the vampire one from Castlevania, Dracula. Now, how we're going to start this off is when Dracula is dying. Let's say at Symphony, when Death said, "You are no longer my master," and disappears. Now, the world needs Dracula, and Death goes in many dimensions to look for his right candidate for Dracula to become the knife-worthy successor of the Chaos, Dracula. Now, the Chaos needs to be, let's say the Chaos needs to be controlled, need to be handled by a person. Because if the Chaos just holds by Death, it will cause the end of the universes and stuff, or the end of a world, if Death doesn't pass it down to a successor. Now, we start with the whole Nine Tails attack. Now, everything happens like the same. Now, we're going to start the beginning of the anime. The beginning of Naruto becoming a kid. And Death finally comes through the Naruto universe and sees Naruto getting chased after and getting hunted down. And Naruto is scared by the Ambu. Now, the Ambu hits Naruto in the back end. Basically, Naruto is down on the ground bleeding. Now, Death sees hatred / fear / all emotions. So he's thinking, this can be the successor, be my master for the Chaos and for that. Now Naruto is down bleeding and he can't move. Now the almost about to finish him off until Death comes in and says, "Will you be my successor and be the new Chaos Master and become the new Dracula, or your own kind of way?" Now, Naruto is confused, but he doesn't want to die. He says, "I want to live. I do it." And, he accepts it without knowing what he signed up for. And Death says, as well, Master." And he slashes the two Ambu in half and killing them. Now, Naruto says, "Why you kill them?" And he says, "They was about to kill you." And they was about to kill you, Master. And the Chaos thing, it hits in Naruto and basically turning him into someone like Dracula, somewhere like Dracula in his own way. He has the Chaos powers now. Now Naruto has all the powers from all the previous Castlevania games, to turn into a bat, to teleport, to summon Chaos Balls, to turn into a big bat monster. What else? And I'm going to give him a little bit of ability. Not the whip, but the cards. If you played Castlevania Circle of the Moon, he would have those cards to summon, swords, basically, so he can summon swords, basically use Kung Fu weapons, if he combined the cards. So basically, these cards, I'm just going to call them the DSS cards. So basically, these cards are magical cards. If you combine them, you can make mini transformations. So basically, if he used the Hades dogs and I forgot all the cards' names, but the top one, he can basically turn into a skeleton, or he can summon. He can form different swords, like a rose sword, a healing sword, or he can make a bubble around him, which no one can penetrate, and whoever comes near him and try to attack it will get hurt by it and die. Or he can make a black vortex that does damage to him, but it does damage to people who's around it and basically hurts them. Or he can summon a gun. Yes, a mother effing gun to shoot people with. Now, Naruto has that. Now, Death gives him these cards, and he says these are DSS cards, or magical cards that you can combine and make weapons and stuff out of, and or out of your katana or whip, because Death is smart and he knows this dimension, and he's basically saying if you want to make a whip or something, it goes more efficiently with a whip, and he made him a custom whip because Death is already 10 seconds ahead and shit. So Naruto says, okay. And, he says, but you're going to have to change your form and be something different. Now, Death says, you're probably right. We don't want to scare these people. And, Death, he's not trying to, do it all over again, to repeat the same process of losing his master, that his master comes back, and then he comes back, and then it just happens over and over again, and it has to be a vampire killer. But he knows there's no vampire killer, but he's not thinking about making the world go in chaos. He just wants to have a master to protect and watch over and stuff. Now, Naruto says, why is my hair... Now, Naruto would be like this, with white hair and stuff, but he would still be a kid. He would grow up as the same and do the 2-year time skip and turn into a teenager and stuff and adult. But he would basically have white hair, long white hair, and not a beard or mustache, but pointy ears and the eyebrows like that and stuff. And he would basically have he wouldn't have a suit yet, but he will basically have the same outfit, but it would just be black and red, and have a crest, kind of a crest, because that's it would be kind of a mental for his mother, because I'm just gonna say his mother had a necklace and they gave it to Naruto to watch over. Now, Naruto basically has the abilities and stuff, like I said. He basically goes thing, and his chakra control still sucks. Even when he's a vampire in the new Dracula, his power sucks. Now, but when he does come in, the kids look at him and they look at him all weird. They feel this superior presence, this weird order, this fear, and this superior presence of Naruto. Naruto is if they mess with him, they gonna get it. They gonna really get it. They gonna bite the dust. They feel like if they even try, they will die. And Naruto, he just sits down, all perfect, kind, happy, just cheerful, and he covered that with cheerfulness. So people they feel at ease and calm, and they talk to Naruto, says, "Wow, you're different. Your hair is white. Like you're all different now." He's saying, "Oh, thank you. I'm much calmer now. I'm much fine. I feel perfect." And, Danzo, he's furious. He's want to figure out what the hell happened to the Nine-Tails thing, and he wants to kill him. So he's gonna send an assassin to. But Naruto says Naruto did something. He's much intelligent now. He's much intelligent because the chaos, it makes you much more. I'm just gonna say the chaos gives you more intelligence, more all that, all the max defense and everything. So Naruto, he's not evil. He's still good. The chaos, it doesn't have control over him. Like the Nine-Tails. The Nine-Tails and Chaos is basically in the same cage, and when the Chaos looked around, it sees, and the Nine-Tails says, "You're not going to control this brat, and if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be me." And he basically, the Nine-Tails basically, beating the shit out of the Chaos, so the Chaos is more grounded, so it can't do anything. So the Chaos is basically just, more in a box trap, but Naruto can use his powers whatever freely and die and be reincarnated and be brought back to life. Now, the Nine-Tails is more fused in with the Chaos, so the Nine-Tails is not evil or anything. He just has the power now, so it doesn't do anything but just give him power. Now, Naruto's just sitting there, and he does the shadow thing, and suddenly he doesn't pass. He fails. Now Naruto, he's not upset about it. He's just calm and stable, but he's furious, and he breaks the desk, and he says, "Damn it," But Mitsuki, he comes in and says, "I can pass you if you get this girl." Now, Naruto's not no idiot. He's extremely intelligent. And, he's so intelligent that he can make guns, or make scientist chemicals, or make crystals and make like laser weapons or lightsabers or something, or do any of that, or like go to different dimensions. That's how powerful Naruto is. That's how intelligent he is. Now Naruto knows he ain't no fool. He says, "You can," and he's playing the fool. He says, and he basically tells him thing. He says, "All right." So he goes and he teleports in the thing, or he flies as a bat, and he's in there, and he grabs the scroll and he flies away. Now the Hokage sees him, and he already saw like death and stuff, so he already knows what the hell's going on. And he says, "Naruto, what do you think you're doing?" He said, and Naruto's saying, I'm trying to spot up the traitor for you, Lord Hokage, because he's loyal to the Hokage, but he's still not cool with him. A little bit. He's cool with the old man, but he's not like up to 100% as family love like. So he says, "I'm trying to find out the traitor for you, old man." He says, "Make sure to bring back that scroll and come back alive." And he's like, "Okay." And he says, "As I shall," But he flies away like bats, and the whole Hokage is afraid of you talking back to him in disrespectful, because he feels like he's going to die. He feels like death is like have a scythe on his neck and ready to chop off his head if any disrespect comes out his mouth, which death does have a scythe at his neck. But basically, he's reading the scroll and stuff, and he sees and the Hokage's watching him, and he's like, "Huh, flying Raijin, huh. Interesting." And he forms a blade of the flying Raijin. He says, "So this is the blade. Huh. Maybe I can alter it, make it be much unique." And he puts it behind his thing, and or by the side of his waist, and he sees the Shadow Clone, and he sees the Rasengan. He says, maybe I can form something different of the Rasengan. And he also sees the Shadow Clone. He says, Shadow Clone, neat. And he says, "Okay, now where's my headband?" Now Mitsuki comes out and says, "Give me this girl first." He says, "No, with the headband." And Mitsuki says, "Give me it, you nine-tails brat." And he throws it at he throws the thing, and he says, and Naruto dodges and says, "Nine-tails brat." And he teleports like Bat Shadow by the side, and he says, "Nine-tails brat, what do you mean?" And he says, "You're the nine-tails Chicory." And Naruto, he thinks, he's like, "Huh, no wonder why people hated me all this time. Because it caused disaster. Did it cause disaster to this leaf village?" And Mitsuki's telling him everything, and trying to make him be feared and stuff, and make him all confused and terrified of himself. But he says, "Huh, maybe if I show myself differently, maybe." And he's just talking to himself and thinking. And Mitsuki says, "Focus on me." And he does another one, which the guy comes in and blocks a thing and get hit by it. And Naruto says, "Why would you do that? I would be perfectly fine." And he says, and he just, he's talking to him and stuff, and Naruto gets mad. And he says, "You should not have done that to him. Now your life is going to be infinite hell." And Naruto, his eyes glow red. It's just and then the moon changes. Whoever's out sees the moon changes into red, like red blood. And Naruto formed 3 Shadow Clones. He didn't form. He formed multiple Shadow Clones. And each Shadow Clone is oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, he can also summon monsters, from different dimensions. He can make golems, make succubus, Valkyries, vampires, or maids that can do his business. So he summons, every monster, and he summoned, E2 Shadow Clones. Now, and they're all around him with dark eyes, laughing and saying, "What should we do to them, master?" And Naruto smiles and says, "Give him hell." And they all every single monster, including boss monsters, comes in. The boss monsters, they're all beside Naruto, and just watching the whole blood shatter, Mitsuki get his arm ripped off, and the slime just the tentacle monster from Castlevania Circle of Moon curse him so he can't move or eat, throw anything, and he gets his arm ripped off, and he can't even scream. He's screaming in agonizing pain. The succubus, the Valkyrie shoots her holy comes down slashing at him, slash his other arm off, with the slime comes in and form hops on him, drowning him almost, and forming new arms with its agonizing pain. And then the thief zombie just bites him on the side and also steals his stuff, and he's just getting hell. He's just getting, it's like so gruesome that it's 18. I can't even explain it all. But basically Naruto didn't want to kill him, so he basically heals him with his blood. He didn't turn him into a vampire. He just heals him with his blood, and he says the guards are going to be here to get you. And Mitsuki is like, he goes up and screaming in horror, saying, no more, I can't do it. And he can't kill himself because the deep samurai gave Naruto all the stuff, and Mitsuki is just screaming, just like saying, make it stop. And he's just punching the tree and shit, just hitting his head. And the guy is stopping him, knocking him out so he can get arrested. And the two bosses says, master. And then, all the monsters bow down to him and say, master. And, they're all saying that. And Naruto says, I don't know. We're all going to go back to the house. And, and he says, we shall, master. The maids are doing it too, saying, shall we carry him and take him to the thing? And Naruto says, nah. His name is Naruto, Dracula Naruto, or should I say D Naruto for short, because Naruto wanted to name himself that. But it's basically Dracula Naruto. So Naruto says nah, and Naruto puts on the cape and he start walking, and he tells all the monsters to follow him, and he's going to make a castle, kind of a floating castle up in the sky, so he can live at, and basically also be by the Leaf Village. So for the monsters to stay at too. And so the Valkyries takes Naruto's teacher, and the Naruto teacher passes him, but also fucking terrified of him, dude, by seeing that whole fucking 18 purge bloodshed and gore and that healing process. Now Naruto passes, and before Naruto went to bed, he formed a whole castle, makes the castle, and makes it like a whole castle and stuff, and mini rooms and stuff, and also have has the subjects, his armies and stuff, and but they're staying there and stuff, but they're not brainless and stuff. They have their own thinking and stuff, and they also just as ideas of to upgrade the castle or what to do in the castle and stuff. And Naruto thinks about it, saying, interesting. Now we start off with the whole Bell test saga. Now Naruto comes in with his somewhat headband on the neck, kind of like Hinata, but not. But it's not as a female thing. It's kind of. Oh no, it's kind of as a Naruto has somewhat of a cape, but not as too long. But it's there, because he haven't had enough time to change his outfit, so because his shirt is kind of ripped up due to his training with the monsters and stuff and having souls and stuff. Now he just wears a cape, and he has the headband on the neck. So basically he's basically walking in, and he sits down, and he has a cape, and everybody looks at him, including Shikamaru and stuff, and they're curious of what they feel this presence of you disrespectful, you die. But he also has that cheerful nature he's showing, so it overcounts it. So people still come up to him, talk to him, and say, oh, and they say hi to him and stuff, and the kids, they're terrified. They feel if they disrespect him or try to bully him, they will die. They laugh at him, they're going to get it. They feel like that, so they don't do that. So they fear respect him and love respect him, kind of that. The whole Sasuke and kissing Naruto thing, that doesn't happen. But it's funny. It happens more differently. Sasuke sees Naruto and he looks at him and he's and Sasuke feels this superiority of Naruto being more superior and stuff, and he doesn't like that. He comes up to Naruto and says, I want to fight you later on. And Naruto, he smiles and he says, I would love to see that. I'd love to see that. I would love to have that battle with you. Sasuke just grins, but Naruto takes it as a friendly rivalry to catch up and to be friends with and stuff. Sakura gives Naruto the bullshit, but Naruto doesn't care. Death this is funny. Death appears right behind Sakura, and no one else can see him because he made himself invisible. But he's right behind Sakura and says, disrespectful. And she said, disrespectful little girl. Disrespect my lord again, and you will die. And she pees herself. And she's shaking. And and the kid said, Sakura's peeing on herself. And, she's shaking. And only Naruto sees Death, and he says, Death, no. And he says, sorry, Lord. And he disappears. And the only people who can see it is Hyuga. See Death is Hyuga and Sasuke. Now Sasuke, he didn't care. He didn't see Death, but Hinata and Neji, they saw it. And they was fucking shitting themselves. They were scared. So they was terrified. Now Death, he is a person. Now Death, new design. He wears a suit. And he doesn't show his skeletal face yet or form, unless the time is right to put fear or ready to battle. So he's just a guy in a suit, and he basically just be there by Naruto, basically as a shield and a bodyguard. And Naruto talked to Death, forming a friendly, good friendship bond, and he says, "I treat you as family, Death. You're more like a family member and stuff." And Death, he feels like emotions and stuff, and he's like happy and more like cheerful and stuff around Naruto, because Naruto is just cheerful. He's a kind person, and he always does the talking jutsu, so everybody is like always loving and change their hearts and stuff and not turn evil and stuff. So Naruto always hang out with Death and stuff, and Death, he formed himself not as he's older than time, but he formed himself as a kid so he can be around Naruto and stuff. And Naruto, he treats him as a friend and family and brother and stuff. But Naruto is just sitting there, just chilling. He walks up to Sakura and says, "Sakura, are you right?" And Sakura is shaking, saying, and Kane speaking. He says, I help you. I get you chained. Like I take you so you can get chained and stuff. And he walks Sakura out. And Naruto had feelings for Sakura, but it's not like Sakura and Naruto's gonna be together. It's not gonna be like it might. Yeah, I'm gonna stir the sauce around, but stuff happens. Hinata says I come with because Hinata is always loving on Naruto. Now Naruto takes her to the thing so she can get changed and stuff, and Ari did some magic to rewash her clothes and stuff, and he gives it to her and says, "Are you right?" And she says yeah, and they hurry up and went back to see their teams. Now every team is the same except for Team 7. Now Team 7 and other team with I forgot who was the team. It was Hinata. What was the team? It was Hinata, I think Bug Guy and someone else. I forgot the teams, but Team 7 and that team is going to be together. They're going to form together. I believe so. Well, no, they're going to form together. But basically, everything is the same for now. Naruto, well, Dracula Naruto, basically, within the room, Sasuke and Naruto is talking to each other. Sasuke, he regularly does talk to him, but Naruto is talking to Sasuke, saying, I sense despair and hatred. Are you trying to kill someone? And Sasuke is surprised, saying, what do you know? And he says, are you trying to kill someone, like a friend? No, maybe a family member? And Sasuke is yelling at him, but Naruto, he's not mad or anything. He's perfectly calm. He only gets mad when he sees his friends or family getting hurt, or his subjects that he now has that he rule over are getting hurt, or the people he loves are getting hurt. He gets pissed off and turned into a angry. How far you push him is how far this scale of power he gonna transform into. So he's sitting down and just saying, "Calm down, Naruto." I mean, no, he says, "Calm down, Sasuke. Listen, if it's a family member you need help killing, I can help you to ease off your hatred, your pain, and your sadness." And Naruto also can sense that he's every time he sleeps at night he has the genjutsu. He says, "Stand still," and he used some magic because, like I said, he has magic too. Dracula has that too, so he cures him of that genjutsu and undo it. And Sasuke, he says, what did you do? He says, you was caught of a genjutsu? You was part of a genjutsu to see something every night? And Sasuke says, the murders and of my family and clan get murdered. You did that for me? He's like, yeah. He's like, and Sasuke, he's like saying, and he doesn't say thank you. He's like, yeah, right. He doesn't believe him, but he says, hey, and he's going to try to go to sleep later on to get some sleep and stuff. But they're still talking stuff and about what's happened. Like, and Sasuke is about to tell him something, like tell him about what happened. But Kakashi comes in, looks at the team, and he looks at Naruto, and he says, "Is that Minato's son?" And he's confused of why his hair is white, why his hair is white and his ears are pointing, and he has this mighty superiority of he can kill you in one go, but he's also loving and caring. Now Kakashi goes up roof and everybody goes the same except for Naruto. Naruto says, I am Lord Naruto, or Lord D Naruto, or he says Lord Dracula Naruto, and I have a castle. I own a castle which I rule over subjects, which I care for. I treat them as family, as my own. I like eating ramen noodles, training and stuff, and hanging out with friends. I have, will get, and also I want to become a Hokage. Believe it. And Kakashi's confused with castle. And Naruto says, oh yeah, I do have a castle. Look up in the sky. And this castle will appear, and whoever's outside looking up in the sky, they see a castle and they're like, what the hell is that? And that's my castle. And it disappears again. And he's like, what the hell? And Kakashi, he's somewhat confused, but he's like, okay. He says, alright. And he says, alright, bell test. Tomorrow, don't eat. If you eat, you're gonna puke. Now, Naruto says, alright. And Naruto doesn't care. He's still gonna eat. Naruto, he goes, about to go home in his castle until, Sasuke stops him and says, I want to get stronger. Can you help me? And, Naruto looks at him and smiles and says, yeah, I will gladly help you. And, Naruto, Naruto basically calls in his Valkyrie angels, and they basically grab Naruto and Sasuke, and Sasuke saying, what the hell? And they basically fly him to the castle. Now, they have a training ground in the castle, or arena, basically. They have an underground arena where Naruto watches monsters fight each other but they don't kill each other. They just fight each other to get stronger and stuff, and to have fun and stuff. Now, Naruto sits at his seat, and he, slouching and saying, okay, well, we gotta see what you at, so I'm gonna summon a couple monsters, and if you can defeat them, I will come down there and then see what we need to help you train on. And now, Sasuke says, alright, and he summons zombies. Now, the zombies, they're low level, so, and the ghouls and stuff. Now, Sasuke activates his, one terminate Sharingan, and, he throws down, shurikens and stuff, and, using, and Naruto says he can use anything, and he uses bombs and stuff, throwing fireballs at them. He says, I see. So, he keeps summoning monsters up to the highest that he can get, and, and it went up to the spider, half woman, half spider, and she spidered his web, which caught Sasuke off guard and hit him down to the ground, which Naruto says, alright, that's enough, thank you. And, they says, as you wish, master, and they disappear. Now, Naruto frees Sasuke and says, are you alright? And Sasuke says, yeah, just a little injury. And, Naruto gives him a healing potion saying, alright, you feeling better? He says, yeah. He says, what is that? He says, don't worry about it. But he says, alright, I see what you need to train. That eye you have? What is that? He says, a Sharingan. And he says, only Uchiha can have it. He says, And so, Naruto basically, says, do you want to get stronger? And he says, and he asks him the option. He says, do you want to become a vampire like me? I should tell you, you'll be immortal and live on forever. And your children too. And whoever you love and will marry, you can turn them into vampires too. And y'all can be a lineage of vampires. you don't need blood if you want to. It's an option. And he says, oh, now Sasuke, he needs power so he can kill his brother. He says, I gladly accept. And Naruto bites him, turn him into a vampire, and Sasuke is a vampire. But Naruto only bit him to gain the Uchiha eyes so he can basically train Sasuke. So, and get the DNA. So Naruto says, alright, are you ready? And he says, huh. Now, Sasuke doesn't need to die to turn into a vampire. It would just happen over time. And he will be immune to sun because Naruto is immune to sun too. So, we're just going to say he's immune to sun. They start training, and Naruto formed the three-time Sharingan, and Sasuke is saying, what, you're a Uchiha too? And Naruto, he basically tells the truth because he doesn't want to lie to his friend. He says, no, I'm not, but I took your DNA so I can become a Uchiha. And, Naruto hair changes to like black, but his end of his hair tips are like white. So he has black and a little bit of white in it. So Naruto fights, Sasuke is training him before the belt test, and and Sasuke has all the way up to 3-time way because they was training, and Sasuke was getting healed up by Naruto and stuff, and the Valkyries and all of them was watching Master, and they say, look at young Master go, teaching a new throne of a vampire, Sasuke and Naruto says, would you like to stay in my castle and sleep tonight? And Sasuke says yeah, and he says true, and they start talking before they go to sleep, and Naruto shows him around the castle, the engine area, the clock tower, and like each secret part of the castle, and like everything, and like the formulas and technology and the things he's making, and he's like, huh. Sasuke, he's impressed, and he's like quite surprised about Naruto and intelligence saying, you're the lord of this castle? He says, yeah. And Death comes in saying, Master, you're here. And Sasuke is afraid, but Naruto says, oh, calm down, it's Death. He's more like a family member, kind of like a father figure, but a brother to me. More like a brother, but kind of more like a brother figure. And Death is like a little bit blushing, saying, oh, stop. And he's telling him about what he wants to change his castle and stuff. And Naruto says, okay, make sure it's all safe and make sure they're alright. And he says, alright, don't worry about that. And Death disappears, doing that thing. And now Naruto is basically just taking showing Sasuke his room and saying and basically he basically made a room for people to specifically sleep in. Sasuke and Naruto has two separate raids at two separate sides, and he says goodnight, Sasuke. Sasuke says goodnight too, and Sasuke sleeps, and he finally has, like, for so many years, a good long rest of sleep without have to wake up sweating of the massacre of the Uchiha or anything. And Naruto makes sure that never happened again. So we wake up to the bell test. Now everything is different. Now Sasuke, he wakes up as new as a vampire with sharp tips of ears, and and he feels his new trial strength and stuff. Now Sasuke is basically waking up Naruto saying, come on, we gotta do the belt test, and he's like, oh shoot, and they both go, and Naruto basically says, I'm gonna train you later of how to use your vampire abilities and stuff. So they basically go to the belt test, and Kakashi sees Sasuke and realizes Sasuke is kind of different, seeing that his ears are a little bit more pointy, and he has a little bit of white tips at the end of his hair. A little bit of white tips, but it's pretty much a little bit of white tips at his hair. Now Sasuke and Naruto is basically talking to each other, perfectly fine, making a good talking conversation of what they're gonna do and how they're gonna kill Itachi, because Sasuke informed him about it and stuff. And Naruto says, don't worry about it, we're gonna figure out a way. And now Sakura looks at Sakura looks at Sasuke and Naruto saying, well, they're quite friendly with each other. Now Kakashi explains the belt. Now we start with the belt test. Kakashi explains it, says that, and now he says 3, 2, 1, spread out. Now well, he says go. Now everybody's right now, except for Naruto and Sasuke. Sasuke and Naruto says, you ready? You remember what we playing? He says, yeah. Now, Sasuke he fires 3 fireball jutsus. Now, Sasuke don't have to worry about dying and losing, like, by overusing his chakra. He can go up to negative chakra if he wanted to, but he doesn't do it. He forms, like, 5 fireballs in each different direction, because he forms, like, he made, like, 4 chakra clones that fire each chakra. Kakashi jumps up in the air. Naruto knocks him down, kicking him down to the ground, and basically holding Kakashi and looking in his eyes, saying, look into my eyes, and basically put Kakashi under a genjutsu. Now, Kakashi is under a genjutsu, think he's not. Basically pushes Naruto off and thinks he's not in a genjutsu, but it's much more powerful. And Naruto has the bells and basically sit down with Sakura and Sasuke, and they're basically eating and stuff. Naruto, he drinks blood, but not like any human blood or anything. He doesn't do that. He just, has his own, he made his own type of blood to drink. And, Sasuke is drinking it too, and, Sakura thinks it's like some juice or something. So, Sakura asks, can I have some? And Sasuke and Naruto says, no, it's our juice. And, it's actually blood, but they're drinking and, eating food at the same time. And, Sakura is eating food with them, and, and Kakashi finally breaks out of the genjutsu saying, I was under the genjutsu. He said, yeah, we already had the bells. We was just eating. We got you some food too. And, Kakashi, he passes him. He said, but make sure to include Sakura next time. And, this says, all right. And we're going to end that for part 1 of What If Naruto was the recantation or reincarnation of Dracula from Castlevanias. And I'm Keyshawn Uchiha. And if you like it, leave a comment down below. Text me if you want to, message me down in the comment below if you want to see more. I like doing this What If and do more of these. I'll be up to the 2 years time skip. Maybe not. Let's get this up to how many likes we can get up to. Like, let's say 20 or 10 likes. If we can up to those, or 5, if we can up to those likes, I will make a part 2 and a part 3 at the same day. I'm Keyshawn Uchiha. And thanks for watching, and bye-bye.